Listen here, gamers. I'm a huge platforming guy. I'm especially obsessed with retro 3D platformers, with games like Super Mario 64, Rayman, Sonic, and especially Banjo-Kazooie being my all-time favorite. As you may have noticed, I haven't mentioned anything exclusive to the PlayStation 1 or 2, and that's because I never owned a PlayStation 1. Kind of. So when the PlayStation came out, I was really young, and by young, I mean I was not born yet. And I wasn't even a fetus, but my older brothers had one. So when I was around the age of 1, I was well known for ripping my diaper off and running around. I was uncontainable. My pee-pee had to be free. While my brothers were playing GoldenEye on the PlayStation one day, my huge baby brain had the idea of climbing up on the CRT we had, and my brothers, being the amazing people they are, decided not to get me down and let me not just stand there, but also piss on the PlayStation from all the way up on the CRT. So I never got to play the PlayStation. This means I never got to play the games like Crash Bandicoot or Spyro the Dragon until much later. If you guys couldn't already tell, I'm a big 3D platformer, as I mentioned before. But I also love monkeys. So when I found out there was a retro 3D platformer with monkeys, it was certain. I had to get it. But there's a problem. I can buy it no problem, the game isn't too expensive, but I don't own a PlayStation 1. I fucking pissed on it. But I do own a fat PS3, and those are compatible with PS2 games and PS1 games, so I lucked out. But there's another problem. For some reason, you can't just record your PS3 raw. You have to have an HDMI splitter and split off the connections for some reason. I don't fully understand, but I had to do it. So I bought a splitter I found on Amazon for like 10 bucks, and that was that. About 5 days later, I was finally able to play. After all this time, I was finally able to play the game of my dreams, a 3D retro monkey platformer. This game is going to be perfect. It was meant for me. So what did I think of it? It was alright. This game suffers a bit from the fact it's super old and being a gimmick to show off the brand new dual analog controller they just released. That being said, in order to play this game, you have to own a dual analog controller to play this game if you're playing on its original console. This game revolves around the right analog stick. I was kind of hoping it would just be used for the camera controls, but instead you use it to control your gadgets shown on the top right of the screen. Select which one you want to use with one of the 4 face buttons, and then use the right analog stick to either aim, swing, control, or fly. So this is an awesome use. I love this because for certain gadgets you can move the stick in the direction and you'll swing, or you can spin it in the circle to fly. The amount of uses they found to use the right analog stick was awesome. But this came with the cost of an obnoxious camera. It's very similar to Super Mario 64, except the camera is controlled with the left hand D-pad. So if you want to move your camera, you have to let go of the analog stick to move it. Thankfully they added a quick turnaround button, but it's not always perfect, of course. Sometimes you just need a specific angle, and with it being controlled with your left hand, you have to stop moving, adjust, then move on. It really slows down the pace of the game. Also, just to add as well, for some reason the double jump is super unresponsive. It would literally just not come out sometimes. You have to do a double jump instantly too, or else you won't double jump at all. But enough about the controls. What exactly is this game, and what are you doing? Well, come to find out, a monkey named Spectre has found a device that has given him infinite knowledge, and he has taken control over other monkeys to rule the world so monkeys can be the dominant species. A boy named Spike and his friend that I don't care about are on their way to a lab run by a man named Professor. Just Professor? Okay, I guess. When they arrive, him and his assistant are tied up and are being attacked by monkeys, and the monkeys activated his time machine. Using the time machine, they plan to change the course of time and take over the world, and it's your job to catch every single monkey and stop the evil Spectre. The game from the very beginning is very, very hand-holdy. It got super obnoxious to the point where I just outright ignored any tutorial. I just learned it on my own because it was just more fun to learn what everything did on my own. The only tutorial I really bothered to listen to was how to swim, because these have to be some of the worst swim controls I have ever witnessed in my life. Once you get the hang of them, they're fine. But geez, it is the most uncomfortable experience I've had in a video game. I'm also not a huge fan of PS1 graphics. I think they're downright ugly. I know that's a big thing to say, but that's just how I feel. I can't really explain it. But it feels like a lot of time when I play these kind of games on PS1, I just don't understand what I'm looking at most of the time. It's that ugly to me. When I play Nintendo 64 games, I don't have this problem. Everything I'm looking at is clear to me, and if I can interact with it. PS1 on the other hand, everything looks the same, and I can never distinguish what the hell is going on. Thankfully, in Ape Escape, I do not have this problem. It's still ugly though. But the real highlight of this game are the monkeys, bar none. The monkeys are like stars or jiggies of the game, where you have to collect them to move on to the next level. You have to get an X amount of monkeys in a level, and then it kicks you out, which sucks. Because the game never allows you to catch every monkey in the level before kicking you out, they are forcing you to replay each and every level. If it was because I needed a new gadget later in the game to get the missing monkey, that's another thing, but forcing me out requires me to play every single level again. This is extra annoying because in order to unlock the true ending, you have to collect all the monkeys. The game just says, oh, you have to collect all the monkeys to defeat Spectre, and it's like, well, I wanted to, but your game didn't let me. It's actually super obnoxious. I didn't bother catching each monkey because some of them were just so out of the way, I just let it go. It's not that big of a deal or anything, it's just a secret boss fight and Spectre asks about his old caretaker and if he's okay. It's a really cute and weird character development, which is super cool. But my personal favorite thing about this game is the monkey biography. Each individual monkey has a little definition about them and how strong or aggressive they are. It's very cute and an awesome touch that makes each and every individual monkey have its own personality. I love it. And that's really it. Overall, I did like the game. It was a lot of fun. It's unfortunate it has a lot of gimmicks they just don't need to have just for the sake to show off the potential of dual analog sticks, which can be super bothersome. But it was never bad enough where I felt like I had to stop playing. I loved how creative they got with each individual gadget and how to utilize them. I had fun all the way through and there was just small hiccups throughout the entire game that can easily be fixed, which I hope is the case for the second game. If you enjoy retro 3D platformers, this is a great game for you. If not, I would definitely say it's okay to pass on. Nothing really revolutionary here. It's no Super Mario 64 or Banjo-Kazooie. If you guys enjoyed the video, please consider dropping a sub. I'll be making even more content in the future. I'll also be live streaming on Twitch as well. The idea is to stream the game I want to review, and then when I'm done with the game, make a YouTube video about them. So if you're down to chill with me and my chat, I would love that. I hope to see you guys there. And you have a good one, my monkey friends. I love you guys. Bye-bye.